What do you do when your cat is aggressive with her fellow feline, or scratches or walks all over your furniture, even though you clearly explained that you don't like it? What do you do if your cat doesn't act like she normally does, and even the vet is not sure what it could be? Why is your cat behaving the way she does? Cats are mysterious creatures and not always easy to understand. Well, cat lovers, there's a fascinating lady who specializes in communicating with animals, especially with cats. And I have her on my show today, Laila del Monte.
Hi, Laila.
Hi, Petra.
Hi, thank you so much for being on our show today. You are an animal communicator.
Mhm.
Tell me a little bit more about that.
So about the animal communication in itself, you want to know? Okay.
And what you do. Yes.
Yes. Okay. So animal communication is the ability to perceive information from an animal. And very often it can be from a distance with a picture, or it can be in front of an animal. It doesn't matter. And the information is received through our extrasensorial abilities, which are going to be clairvoyance, clairsentience, clairaudience, clairolfactive, and claircognizance. So images, words, sounds, smells, feelings, and knowing. That's how we perceive the information. So I think the most important thing to know is that animal communication is not my cat said, my cat said, my dog said. It's me as a human being. I have received or perceived this.
Yes.
Yeah, that's animal communication.
Okay,
In a nutshell.
okay, that's
In a
that.
nutshell.
But
Yes.
so how do you work? I saw on your website that you work a lot with horses. You
Yes.
work a lot with cats.
Yeah,
So
a ton of cats. Yeah.
yeah. So tell me a bit more about that. How
Yes.
do you do it?
So when I started going to Europe, I started off, in America 25 years ago. And when I started going to Europe, I was a pioneer there. So I was doing more like with the animal in the places, like in the equestrian centers and in the places, mainly centers, rescues, things like that. But now, that was a lot of traveling. So now I work mainly from a distance. I always worked from a distance anyhow with the communication, which means that someone sends me a picture, and I'm going to ask them for the name, the age of the animal, and I'm going to ask the person for who are the people who live with the animal, and also who are the other animals, because there could be situations going on, or conflicts, territorial issues going on with other animals, and they're basic questions that they want to know, and we go from there, and I talk to them. I tell people stuff.
Cool. So when you ask for a picture, does
Yes.
it be a current picture?
It's better. Yeah. Yes, it's better. I can work with a non-current picture, but I'd rather have a current picture. Yes. Yes, much better. But it doesn't really need, because basically you go into this deep state where you're in connection with the animal. So it's not by observing the picture that you get the information. It's by this place. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. So what is the most common reason that people reach out to you for?
Yes.
And it could be any animal. I mean, like
Okay. So of course it's very different according to the animal. So if it's a cat, so we won't talk about health for the moment, because that's another subject. That's another thing I do a lot of healing. That's like the speciality, really. But for cats, it's going to be mainly territorial issues, conflicts with other cats that they don't get on, or issues with outside cats. There can be some aggression issues. It can happen. It actually makes it kind of funny, but it's not, because they can really hurt. It can be aggression issues. A lot of urination issues, like the cats, in the house, people getting very upset on their bed and all that. It's very often linked to the human beings that they live with. Those would be really, I think, the most common ones. Like destruction in the house is less common with the cat. It would be more with the dog. So that's for cats. For cats, it would be mainly, those are the main ones people call me. And I do have a lot of cats, because I work a lot with France, and it looks like a lot of people have cats there. So I have more cats than any other animal, actually, in communication and in healing, but both.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have cats?
Yes, I have a cat. I have a cat that I rescued during COVID. He's my beloved, Yeah. And he was found on a parking lot, covered in feces and just awful. And so someone found him, someone took him to a vet. The vet did a surgery on him. And then he was in this rescue, and I was on a list. They called me, and they just dumped him in front of my house with like 4 days of medication. That's it. Yeah, it was during COVID. They didn't even just knocked on the door. They ran away.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
What's the name of your cat?
Sanjit. So it means victory in Sanskrit. So I gave him that because
beautiful.
Yes, he was victorious over death.
Yes, absolutely. Oh, well,
Yes.
okay. So another question is, I heard that you work and collaborate with vets as well,
Yes,
right?
yes, absolutely.
So how do they get to you? Or I mean, you have obviously like you know, a lot of knowledge already, and people know about you.
Yes, yes.
So tell me more about that.
Yes, so they often call me when they need to know, to like find. So I would only do that with vets because I'm not allowed to diagnose or anything because I'm not a vet. I'm a communicator.
Right.
But with the certain abilities as they happen to know me, so we collaborate. They call me and they say, "Could you tell me what you feel about this horse? Like what's going on and where is it hurting?" And you know, because they want to know further. Sometimes they can't find something with a blood test or with an X-ray, or they don't know what's going on. So they call me. So yeah, I work with different vets in different countries, and they call me, and sometimes I call them too. I'm like, you know, I saw this and that. What does it mean? Do you have any idea? So that's how we've detected a lot of things like viral, bacterial, you know, because when there's a virus or bacteria, I can feel the consciousness, another consciousness in the body.
Yeah.
So, and sometimes I can describe, for example, worms or things like that. I can say, they look like this, it looks like that. Do you have any idea what this could be? And then we do back and forth. So we work together quite a bit. Yes.
That is
It's
so
nice.
cool.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
Like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, I was sorry. I hope I didn't interrupt you.
No. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was very lucky that I was able to teach in the Equine University in Madrid, a whole course, and it was for professors and for students, and they were all vets. So I was able to teach them animal communication, and that was extremely gratifying. It was wonderful.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
That's great. Where are you originally from?
So I'm actually, no one believes me, but I'm actually born in LA.
Okay.
But I was raised in Spain and France. We left when I was really young, 4 years old. So basically, I'm European. Basically, my way of being and thinking, and yeah.
That's interesting. Yeah. Okay. So now let's talk about nutrition, because you were talking about health and stuff.
Big subject.
Yes, it is. It is, and I know a little bit about that too. So tell me, what does it take for a cat to stay healthy?
Yes.
Nutrition-wise.
Yes. So my belief, okay, it's just my belief. I don't want to impose anything on anybody, but I really believe in the raw food diet, or at least semi-cooked, and it has to have. I really don't believe at all in kibble. So they are, and especially in America, it's much easier than in Europe because there's a lot of more options in America. But I believe in raw food, you know, with like organ meats.
Yes.
Because in the organ meats is all the amino acids. So my friend Randy told me that you're opening a new food for cats. I was like really excited about that. What is it?
Yes, we are. This is still hush hush. We're not completely there yet.
Yes.
But we have been planning that for a long time.
Yes.
And that is because, you know, like I had 2 of my cats die from tainted treats. There was propylene glycol in the treats, and that was traces of that that was, you know, tested in the lab, and it. Wow. Yeah, and cats cannot. It's a cheap preservative, right? Yeah. Dogs can tolerate it. Yeah. But it's not good for them either.
No.
For cats, it is fatal.
Yeah.
And that's what happened. And ever since then, I've been on a mission.
Yes, and, wonderful.
And you know, it's not that easy to find really good cat food. I mean, it's getting a little better, you know.
Yes.
Not yet. I always I find something, and then it's like,
yes,
what isn't there?
I agree. It's very difficult. Yeah. And when I found, so a long time ago, I can't remember how many years back, but it's a long time. It's like at least 20, maybe 20 or 15, I don't know, something like that. We founded a rescue in Los Angeles, in Los Feliz, that was called Santé d'Or. That's why it has a French name. They still exist. I'm not part of that anymore. But the person that I founded it with, now she has a rescue in Los Angeles. I'm going to go see her because there's 160 cats that they rescued, and they are all on raw food.
Nice. Yeah.
Because I was a big it was a proponent of raw food, and even in those days when we started that, I mean, there was a huge difference once you got them on proper nutrition. Huge difference.
Yes. So my question is now, because there's all this stuff coming out now with the avian flu. What do you think about that?
Yes. So I don't really know enough about that to like really give a very big opinion. I think it depends what are the sources of the meat.
Yeah.
But they apparently the going thing that they're saying is that it can be transmitted to cats. Is that it?
Yeah, I saw this. Now it has been in the pet food industry. I see more and more articles about that.
Yeah.
I'm still pro, raw food.
Yeah.
Or freeze-dried raw food.
Or freeze-dried raw food. Yeah, I like the freeze-dried raw food.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that might be what we start.
Yes, I think that's the best option.
Yes.
Really. Because you're taking chances, if not, with raw food, with bacteria and things.
Right.
So I think the freeze-dried is basically the best.
It is, because you rehydrate it. And
exactly.
It's
yes.
just as good. I mean, it smells good.
Yeah.
And it's easier to ship. Like when you have, or either you have to go out to a retail store
Exactly.
and buy it there fresh.
Yes.
Put it in your fridge, or you have to get it shipped and then it's frozen.
Yeah.
And
absolutely.
And that's like Los Angeles, right? I've had
yes.
times where I bought from a great company and they delivered it and it was frozen, but then when I came home, it was defrosted.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, I know.
And then what?
I know. That's the problem. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, and sometimes you get batches that are not good. Like I buy frozen raw food, and now I got a batch, and my cat is really pissed off. He doesn't like it. I don't know why. He used to love it.
Yeah, well then don't make him eat it, because first of all he won't. He'd rather starve than
yes. He's been very good,
their noses are so
they
good.
know yes.
It's not good.
Yes.
There's something in there that's not good.
Yes, there's something. Who knows?
Yeah, exactly. And that's why we go into this too.
Yes.
Do you have any funny moments when it comes to cats and territorial stuff where you helped pet parents to get over that? Do you have anything fun?
Yeah. So I have like a few funny stories. So there was one cat. I'll just give that a few funny. I didn't think about it in advance, so I have to try to remember. So this was a cat. It wasn't actually a cat in LA. It was a female cat, and it was a woman. She was an actress, and she was very, very beautiful. And she had a lot of boyfriends coming over. And the cat, he would pee. The girl, she used to pee on the clothes of the guy when he was over at night. So when he would leave in the morning, the clothes were full of pee, and it was like unbelievable. And he used to do that to every single boyfriend. And she had quite a lot of men. She was a very beautiful woman. And what was amazing is that the day that the one who is now her husband, he came, the cat went, beautiful black cat, big black cat. That cat, she went straight to the guy and started like rubbing against his knees and all that, and didn't pee on his clothes, and that ended up being the one, the one she married.
Smart cat. Very good. Oh, that's cute.
That was a funny story.
Yes, that is a really good story.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I had a cat that was in Barcelona. I mean, it wasn't my cat. It was the cat of this family, and they called me and they said the cat is aggressive. I have two cases like that. So this one was the boy. The cat is aggressive with the son, only with the son in the family. So the son, each time he had to leave his room, he would take a cushion and you had to go walk out because the cat would jump on him.
Wow.
And very aggressively, and only the son. And so they didn't know what was going on. So of course I had to investigate and all that, because I always say the communicator is a bit like a Sherlock Holmes. You have to investigate. So it turns out that the son had a lot of like issues, social issues, emotional problems and social issues at school, and he would stay in his room all day on the computer and all that. There was a lot of problems. Yeah. And so I gave the woman, I explained exactly like what was going on, and then it stopped after the cat stopped doing that, because it's like the information was at the surface.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, I have tons of stories. If we start going now, I'm starting to remember. So there was this cat, and there was a couple that was friends, and it was a couple, they were newly married, and the cat would pee right in front of the door, of the bedroom door, because they didn't allow the cat in the bedroom door. So
okay.
So when they would walk out, and it was usually the man who would walk out first, and he would put his foot right in the puddle.
That's makes sense though,
First thing in the morning.
Yes. Oh my God.
And well, this case, it turned out that a very interesting case. It turned out that she So they were newly married, and she had a lot of issues with the wife, with resentment and problems and things that she didn't dare to say to the man. And the cat, I mean, really, this is really true. The cat was really expressing all that resentment and all that stuff inside of her. That's why the cat was peeing right in front of the bedroom of the couple, because it had to do with the couple.
Yes.
And there's a lot of stories. I have a lot of stories like that. When I start remembering them, then I can stop telling them.
God. I hope you can come over one day. I would love to hear more of these stories. Now, in the meantime, Laila, tell me how people can reach you, because
Yes.
I know that many people will need your service.
Yes.
So tell me how they can reach you.
So very simple. They write to so there's the website, lailadelmonte.com. Laila is with an A, Laila, .com, and there's an English version. One just has to scroll down a lot, because I have a lot of European, most of my work has been with Europe a lot. So I think it opens up in French, the website. So if one has to scroll down, but if not, just the email, it's lailadelmonteinfo@gmail.com.
Okay.
So yeah, Laila, Laila. That's the only thing to remember. Del Monte is easy. Info is easy.
Yes. Yeah. Well, I'll put a link there. And,
Yes. It's easy.
So no worries. Well, Laila, this was delightful.
I loved it.
Yeah, and thank you so much for taking the time. I know
Thank you.
busy,
Thank
and
you.
I can't wait to hear more.
Oh, I have plenty more, plenty.
Yes. Okay, so thank you so much for being on the show today. Okay.
You're welcome, Petra. Thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
and thank you for everything you're doing with the cats and everything you do.
And,
Yes.
and thank you. Bye bye, Laila. Bye.
Bye, dear. Bye.
Stay cat crazy.